All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, man. I know I have not hit you guys with many iPhone Air accessory videos, but this is going to change tonight. Okay, let me go ahead and talk about my favorite 5 cases in rotation for the iPhone Air. Now, I know some of you like, T, I haven't seen it. Did you get rid of it? Yes, I got rid of my first one, but that's because I gave it to a family member, and I had to run it back. I had to go get me another iPhone Air because I like this thing that much. Listen, I don't care if Apple is discontinuing it. I don't care if they're cutting production on it. We love our iPhone Airs, and everybody who has this is a phone you have to enjoy after you have it in your hand. We need to do some more videos of the iPhone Air, man. So if you love your Air, let it be known in the comment section down below. And you love your Air, get your protection. And let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit, all right? So the first case that we got up on deck for the iPhone Air that I have been running, and this case doesn't do anything fancy. It's just been very consistent since I've had it. And if you're looking for some thin type protection, you might want to check out the Mous Aramid fiber case for the iPhone Air. Now, of course, they're going to make this for the other iPhones as well. I have this for the 17 Pro Max version, and also it is very consistent with the fit. Now, what I mean with consistent with the fit, when it comes to these thin style Aramid cases, whether it's Mous, whether it's Pataka, whether it's Binks, whether it's later case, all of them could potentially have some QC issues where some fit great, others don't fit that good. But one case that I found very consistent so far across the iPhone models has been this Mous Aramid fiber. So let's just go ahead and check it out. So of course, this is going to be one of those thin boys, all right? This is what I've been leaning to when it comes to the titanium because I don't really want to mess up the thinness, all right? Now I know some of you, there's some cases in here that kind of, you know, it pushes the limit when we're talking about thickness, pause, but everybody might need different levels of protection. That's why I'm giving you guys options in this video. So if you like your thin cases, this is going to be for you. Aramid fiber, you're going to get a plastic ring when it comes to the camera plateau. I know some people, you know, they don't really care for when that's aluminum because they think it's going to be signal issues. Honestly, I haven't had that issue for the cases with the aluminum camera plateau rings, but you know, I digress. Mous branding on the bottom. Listen, Mous, you don't got to put bold branding. Just make this black, make this a little outline, make it just less noticeable. I think that goes a long way when we're talking about looking at your cases. And on the inside, nothing too much fancy. You got just the magnets back here looking good. So let's go ahead and pop it on the iPhone Air. And this thing right here, this is going to be a case that you might have to fight a little bit to get this bad boy off. You might got to go about 3 rounds to get it off, but it does eventually pop off. But the pop on all 4 corners, you can hear that. Pop on that corner, pop on that corner. Kind of can't really hear, but all 4 corners snap on. None of these pops off if you're just using it, and that's what really draws me close to a thin Aramid case when we're talking about those features. Look, going around it, your top side is going to be closed, as you can see, but you're going to have a little opening right here, so not technically closed, but it is going to be open. On the right side, of course, open. Bottom, you are going to be open when it comes to this case, and on the right side, 2 cutouts, power button, camera control, but it's keeping that thin form factor with that little bit of bulge when we're talking about that camera area, and it just works. It's a simple case that simply works, has a very strong magnet, if I must say so. I mean, the magnet on this bad boy is just dumb strong when we talking about the magnet and it snapping on. Very strong magnet when it comes to this Mous Aramid case. This is something that's just simple. It's going to get the job done. If you're a person who likes Aramid fiber cases, then this is going to be for you, and you might want to check this one out. Albeit, she is a little bit expensive when we're talking about 70 bucks, man. Mous are just really pricing themselves a little bit outside of what I would really like and be comfortable of paying for a case. 70 bucks for this Aramid fiber case, but guess what? All of the Aramid fiber cases for no matter what iPhone is going to be pretty much up there. But I like this case because it's been consistent. The fit has been tight, strong MagSafe, and I still get to enjoy that very thin form factor when it comes to this case. All right, so this is going to be the Mous Aramid fiber. Check it out on Amazon. I mean, if you're an Aramid fiber lover, this is going to be one for you. Let's keep things going when we're talking about Aramid fiber, but let's put a little different twist to it. This is going to be the Aulumu thin Aramid fiber, the Aulumu Aramid fiber for the iPhone Air. And I love this, man, because this is so different. You guys know I love me a good Aulumu case. Now, I went out there and bought this with my own money. The Aulumu cases, they get up there a little pricey. I think this one runs you about 60 bucks or something like that, but it looks so unique and it doesn't look like any other thin Aramid fiber case on the market. Starting off with this camera area, all right? Aulumu just does such a good job when we're talking about that camera area. Going along down here, they just have different markings and things. It just makes it look kind of cyberpunkish, okay? You have the Aulumu, and you just have the Aulumu little tip tidbits. Now, this is going to be that Aramid fiber. Let me give it a quick wipe down to see if it matters any. But you know, you're going to get those smudges. That's what you expect when it comes to Aramid fiber. Flip it over on the inside, you're going to get those Aulumu magnets designed by Aulumu. And just the one thing, the icing on the cake that I really feel feels really well when it comes to the iPhone Air is you see it's super thin in the middle. That's because your hips are out. The sides are exposed when it comes to this case. So this is going to give you that feeling of a vulnerable flex, or your cases that has the sides exposed. You see more companies are doing that because it feels comfortable, especially with these phones like the iPhone Air, like the iPhone 17 series, the Pro series, that just feel comfortable. And once you slap this one on, I like this case. I recently just got this case in, but since I've got it in a few days ago, this has been on my phone and has not come off, simply because I love the way it feels in hand. This is giving you even more of a thinner feel than something like the Mous Aramid case, because you have even more or less material for all of my minimal people, and I don't mind my sides being out, simply because it's titanium. Titanium is very resilient against scratches and dings and different things like that. At least it was on my iPhone 17, the 16 Pro series. I could run open sides, didn't have anything to worry about. I'm a little bit more scared when it comes to the Pro series with that aluminum, all right? I'm just being real. I'm a little bit terrified to even do that. But when you're talking about this and holding it, it actually feels very good. Looking at it on the back, especially with the black Air, this, in my opinion, looks very good with how this looks. And that camera area is just giving you something different to look at, which I can appreciate. I love Aulumu cases because they give you a different look when you're talking about their cases. On that top side, it's going to be completely closed, no opening at all. On the bottom, you can see that your bottom is open, but you get a little bit of protection right there on the side. So you may not have to be too paranoid with everything being open. You still get a little bit of protection on those corners, and your sides are going to be open. That's just what it is when it comes to these cases. Your sides are going to be open, which gives it a really good feel. Now, Aulumu, this magnet is strong also. I mean, just listen to that. Listen to that, how that magnet just takes over, man. Super strong magnet when it comes to your Aulumu. That's pretty standard, not just for the iPhone Air, but for the rest of their cases as well. But this is just a nice looking case, especially with this black. I feel that looks very good, very stealthy. And this is the combination right now that's currently on my iPhone Air. Now, also be aware, I am running a tempered glass screen protector, and none of these cases impact my tempered glass screen. So I just want to say that they all have tempered glass screen protectors. And you know, with these two thin cases, you're not getting much of a lip. These two past cases, they're going to be for those ideal people who likes minimal protection. So you have to know that thin protection, lip protection, and things like that is not going to come with it. So you're not going to get that at all. But what you get with this case is it's going to be very thin. All right, very thin. Your sides are going to be out. It's going to give you that look. And if you want something different, that's what the Aulumu is bringing you. That's why I hit you with more so of a full coverage Aramid fiber case and a more toned down. I really should have did this one before this one, but it's all good. But man, the Aulumu Aramid case, this case is excellent for the Air, and this case is damn good for the 17 Pro series. I love that case on both iPhone models. Aulumu, in my opinion, knocked it out the park this year when it comes to their iPhone 17 cases. Now, just like I stated, let's kind of up the protection a little bit. And if you want to show off the color of your iPhone Air, this is going to be one of your best options out there. And this is going to be the dBrand Ghost 2.0 for the Air. Now, I'm going to be real with you. When I very first got the Air, this is one of the first cases that I got in, slapped it up there, and I like this version more than I do for the Pro models, because dBrand just did a great job with still keeping things very thin when it comes to their cases. We know dBrand, they don't make bulky cases, but when it comes to the grip, when it comes to the Ghost, I don't have the tank for it. I am still impressed on how the Ghost is still slim fitting when it comes to this Ghost case. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Of course, it's going to be that clear full cover protector. Now, when it comes to the Ghost 2.0, their claims are going to be scratch resistant, all right, and it's going to never yellow. They say it's not going to yellow. I have not seen a Ghost yet that has yellowed, so that's what you can expect. When it comes to their magnets, of course, they're going to have their magnets there, and this is going to be one of the only clear cases that you're going to get that actually has grips on the sides, because you're getting that signature Ghost grip that goes all the way around. It's just a very thin form factor, and it does, let me get a quick wipe down. I haven't slapped this on the actual Air of the black Air yet, but it shows the, ooh, that looks good. The color of your iPhone Air, if you have that blue, all the colors kind of look the same. Let's just be real. But Why do I like the dBrand Ghost, man? Because of course this is going to be a clear case option. If somebody asks me for a clear case, this is going to be one of my options along with something different, because some people don't consider this a clear case because you have your sides out, in my opinion. Now, is this case perfect? No. I do have something that bothers me about this case, but it's not a deal breaker because I don't even use it. But looking at it, this is going how it's going to look. I love the look of the camera plateau. Never mind these smudges. I mean, sometimes you got to make sure everything is clean before you put these cases in, but this is how the Ghost 2.0 is going to look when you're talking about slapping it on the air. Just a nice fitting case. Now, you see, one thing that bothers me is this camera control button is just too easy to press. If I had to say one thing, and even with that issue, I still love this case. The camera control button is a little bit too sensitive to press. Now, does the camera control button work good? I mean, they work decent. I've never been the big fan of the camera control on the Ghost. You can see it kind of is fumbling around a little bit. I just never really been a big fan. It works sometimes. It's kind of iffy. I'm not a big fan of camera control when it comes to the Ghost, but I still love this case because most of the time I just deactivate my camera control button and I keep it going. And if you're a person like that, you really can appreciate the Ghost because it has a stupid tight fit all the way around, all four corners. I mean, did you hear that? You almost can't even pull it off to hear those smacks, and the camera is still activating. Super tight fitting case. When it comes to that MagSafe, you already know when it comes to the dBrand magnets, these things are going to be very, very strong. Although I still feel like Aulumu and Mous has slightly stronger magnets than these, it is still going to be pretty strong when we are talking about magnets. And I just got to throw the Ghost 2.0 in there. And for it to be a full coverage case, your port down here is going to be open just big enough to put a Type-C in there. Now, a lot of cases, this was their Achilles downfall. I could have included at least a leather case, another type case, but guess what? You could not put a plug in there because that plug was just too tight in this area. But you're able to get one in here. Let me go ahead and let me test it out real quick. Let me go ahead and pull a Type-C over here. And yeah, you're able to get it in there, albeit it doesn't lift up. It fits just about perfectly in there. And this is a third-party cable without giving it, being in the way or bulking it up a little bit. But man, this is the Ghost 2.0. I like it. Just fix that camera control. I feel like this is just a little bit too clicky and too jumpy to activate. Other than that, feels good in your hands, keeps a very thin profile, nice magnets, clear case, don't have to worry about yelling, very scratch resistant, and I think it's a damn good looking case if you are looking for a clear case and tight ass fit. All right, so dBrand Ghost 2.0, love this thing right here. Now this next case is one that I didn't think I was gonna like as much. I love it for the iPhone 17 Pro series, but the Air, I was like, I feel like it may give it too much thickness. But when I got it in, I was just like, damn, they did a good job with this case. That's gonna be the Phone Rebel Gen 7. Now, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to the Phone Rebel Gen 7. I'm sure tons of you you're not a stranger when it comes to this case. It's just solid. And they did a damn good job when it comes to this case for the iPhone Air and keeping things thin. I still don't think you're sacrificing too much with these cases if you want to go with one, if you want to go with outside. And the last case kind of pushes the limit a little bit, but this is going to be for people who need that protection. But this right here, I feel like it's a great medium protection of people who need that and want to keep things very thin. Now, this has all of the same characteristics that a Gen 7, Gen 6 Phone Rebel case for a Pro model would have, okay? We're gonna have the Aramid fiber back. You get that same design, just like on the Pro model. Interchangeable little plate down here where you can switch it up to, ultra orange. I think they make this kit for the actual iPhone Air. You're gonna get a covered camera area, which I feel is very clean. And I wish Phone Rebel did this for the Pro model as well. On the sides, you're going to get that nice Phone Rebel grip that feels very good while holding it in your hands without being too rough. Camera control. This thing is so thin, they even had to add a little bump on the side for the camera control, and I still feel like that is a very clean implementation. Interchangeable buttons. You can pop these buttons out and interchange them, change them out to your liking. On the inside, soft lining, strong MagSafe magnets, big cutout down here when it comes to the bottom. I mean, checks the boxes, all right? Even being thin and still have those claws on all four corners to protect it when you're talking about a natural drop, okay? This thing looks good, feels good, no creaking, no moving. Love the Gen 7 for the iPhone Air. They did such a great job. I mean, tight fitting case all the way around. Sure, you get a little bit of movement when it comes to your buttons, but overall, very tight fitting case. feels good. The hole cut out at the bottom is very clean in my opinion. Nice and grippy. It's perfect. The grips aren't too strong. That's what I love about the Gen 7. They made the grips not too strong, and you can definitely feel it when you're talking about holding it. And that camera control button is just chef kiss. I mean, Phone Rebel knows how to do a camera control button. Let me try to do something different. Let me go here and just smooth. You know, just I'm flipping this stuff around. Smooth camera control button, no issues at all. Very nice camera control button. Listen, overall great case. If you're looking for a case that's still thin and still going to be able to give you that protection, I don't think there's going to be a better option out there than the Phone Rebel Gen 7. I mean, super clicky buttons. What more do you want in the case? Let's go ahead and test that MagSafe. Strong mags. Oh yeah, that MagSafe is there. Popping that strong MagSafe on is there as well. So man, the Gen 7 really impressed me. I like the Air version more than I do on the actual Pro versions, and that's saying a lot because it's damn good on the Pro versions. What I like about this case, love me a good Aramid fiber, love the look of it, love the fit of it, love the interchangeable buttons, love the grips on the side, loves that it's still thin with protection with the 4 claws on the front, very strong MagSafe, oh, and customizable button. The whole deal, complete package, no more to say. Phone Rebel Gen 7, I feel like is the best balance of thinness and still giving you that protection at the same exact time. And last but not least, man, this case I haven't even talked about for the 17 Pro version, but this thing needs to get more love than it's getting because I almost think this case could be perfect if they fix just one aspect on this case. But even with that being the thing, it is still an amazing case, and that's going to be the Mous Limitless case. Damn, I'm actually kind of matching a little bit. I ain't really planned that with the mulberry color, but we kind of here with the matching, all right? So here's going to be the Mous Limitless, man. Love this case. Let's go ahead and start off the saying I absolutely love this case. And they did such a knockout job when it comes to this case. And this is going to be more of a rigid case. This is going to be the more protective case for the iPhone Air if that's something that you need. It is going to be the more protection case. It's going to be a very rigid body, as you can see here. You're going to have grips that goes along the sides. Nice clicky buttons, albeit they are plastic, but they are very nice buttons. Camera control area over here, very nice camera control. Mous has redeemed themselves when it comes to the camera control. Inside, nice soft lining, MagSafe magnets that could be a little bit more stronger in my opinion. But when you slap this case on, damn, this case just feels good. I mean, we talking about a tight fitting case all the way around. Very, very tight fitting case. No issues there. Giving you that protection. This is going to be that mulberry color with that black iPhone Air. Chef's kiss in my opinion with the way this looks. I said once again with this mouse branding, man, I would like for that to just go away a little bit. Grips on the sides, buttons, perfect buttons. I wouldn't change a thing. Look at the lip that this thing has with this phone in here. Very, very nice lip. So if this is something where you have the drop Cs, this case is going to be for you. And you even get that added protection on the corners for a little bit more shock absorption if you were to drop it. Now, MagSafe strength, that wasn't the test, all right? MagSafe strength is okay. It could be stronger. This has plagued mouse cases for the longest. Mous, listen to me. There's two things. MagSafe strength and the cost of your cases. These things are just getting a little bit too high for the average person. And we've really seen that when it came to the Mous Limitless line for the Air and the Pro series. This case is amazing. All right, I'm talking about, I love this case, and it is a sleeper case. This case almost could be #1 when it comes to my top 10 cases, especially for the Pro models. The MagSafe strength just is a little bit weak. Now, one thing I love about the Limitless line is they have tons of different textures that you can choose from. This is going to be kind of the fabric texture. They have the walnut. They have a Aramid fiber version Limitless, if that's your thing, if you want that as well. So they give you tons of different options, different colors in this one, but I like this one. This is the first one that I saw in my case jar. I threw it on. I love it. I love this Mous Limitless case. What do I like about it? Super tight fit, excellent buttons, nice protection, feels good in the hands when we're talking about grip. Does it add a little bit more thickness to it? Sure, it does. Camera control button. I mean, Mous has redeemed themselves to have literally one of the better camera control buttons on the market when it comes to third-party cases. Man, Mous, I love it. I love what you did with this Limitless line and the fact that it's so good still, even for the iPhone Air. I love this case right there, albeit this thing is pretty damn expensive. So Mous Limitless over here. We're going to have the dBrand Ghost for everybody who likes a good clear case. Just wish they fixed that camera control button. Phone Rebel Gen 7. I think this is going to be the best overall case for the iPhone 17 Air. Aulumu Thin Aramid Fiber, the thinnest case you probably going to get for it. Absolutely love it. But if you want thin, but you want a little bit more material, man, check out that Mous Aramid Fiber case. I think Mous did an amazing job with their case here. So this is going to be my cases for the iPhone Air. Any given day, I could use any one of these 5 cases as my daily driver. Now, just like I did for the Pro model, every other month or so, we're going to refresh this list because I get new cases sent in, and I have a new rotation of cases. But this is my first rotation right now when it comes to the iPhone Air. You already know all links for all of these will be down in the description below. But if you're watching this and you have a Pro Max and you're saying, damn, T, I really would like, the Air is cool. I got a Pro Max. What can you give me for the Pro Max? Don't worry, I did my November case rotation for the Pro Max, my latest one. I'll leave that video right here.